hunters, 20% no droids of bounty hunters, no Raylos, no Ray Nobodies. We do this for the love of Star Wars. Let's get into it. So, today, the guys on Midnight's Edge were talking about Taika Waititi. Not really, I mean, here's the deal. Taika Waititi is a loudmouth, and he gets himself in the public eye all the time. And he has done some things in his personal life that everybody in Hollywood knows about. And it's very interesting to me watching him that it doesn't look like he's getting a Star Wars movie. Mixed reviews, to say the least, for Thor: Love and Thunder. It appears that some of the bigger reviewers aren't liking it. And again, it's not the movie per se, it's Waititi's antics. I am gonna say that, hey, Grandmaster Jim, he's probably not going to do a movie for Star Wars. Right now, I'm gonna say it right now. Why? It looks to me, in fact, I think in one of his interviews, they basically said that the movie Rogue Squadron, hey Jonathan, I'm doing good. The movie Rogue Squadron is being pushed back to 2027. Okay. It looks to me like the slate of films, feature films, that they're talking about these, but there doesn't seem to be any in the mix right now for Star Wars. The only movie Lucasfilm is making right now is Indiana Jones 5. And it's the last indie movie. And the fact that they pushed back or cut back from 3 years to 2 years, don't be surprised if it gets cut to 1 year, is saying a lot of shit's going down. It wasn't it? Yeah, just Mike, and I agree. Here's the reason why I think that's going down. This is just my theorizing. First off, I think Kennedy is definitely out, and I think she's out October 31st. It's her 10th anniversary. Yeah, he was on Valiant Renegade. I think he'll do that every once in a while. He was on WDW Pro, and I personally think that's a great combo to have on there. But here's the thing, okay? There's nothing on the official slate. You can talk about something till you're blue in the face, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. There's nothing on the official slate with a date that it's going to, I mean, there are movies coming out next year that are never going to make it. I mean, The Acolyte's being pushed to next spring. Okay, isn't it supposed to start filming in October? Star Wars Direct, I mean, Leslie did spend money on a production designer named Sophie Betcher, very famous in England. But again, that doesn't mean like anything is going to happen. It doesn't mean the show is going to be made. It means that Leslie Headland has money, and they've got a little team together, 19 people, right? It is July. I don't think so. These were feature films, Grandmaster Jim. These are feature films. Waititi's is supposed to be a feature film, all right? And I don't think it's going to happen. And I mean, he even admitted, I think in the rap, that he hadn't written a word. You'd think you'd have a script or a spec script or an overview, an outline or something, so people could look at it and say yes or no. But he doesn't. Why? He doesn't want to, first off. Secondly, and I think more important, is I don't think any of that shit's going on because Lucasfilm is in a state of flux. All right, I have a feeling that they're already welcoming in a new sheriff in town or getting ready, which is why, I mean, look, again, Andor was supposed to have 4 seasons. Now it's down to 2. It went to 3. Now it's down to 2. Don't be surprised if we only get 1. Okay? Why? It's a Kennedy project. Her name's on it. It's probably going to be good. But again, she's bad juju. You're just Mike is right. Disney does not like talking about this stuff in the public, and they don't want the investors to know. It's not hard for an investor like me to put 2 and 2 together. What's going on at Lucasfilm? Remember, Lucasfilm is a small, minute part of Disney. Sure, it should be dragging it, bringing in buku bucks, right? But Kathleen Kennedy and her stupid decisions, from hiring the wrong director to allowing Twitter to form a story, aka Raylo, is a dumb idea. It's an absolute dumb. She's stupid, to put it bluntly. It's like everybody pretending Indiana Jones 5 is her movie. Okay, because no one else is in it. No one else has anything riding on it like her husband and Harrison Ford. This Waititi's little wilderness campaign right here, complaining he doesn't have anything for the movie. He hasn't written a word. He doesn't know what Lucasfilm wants to do. And he's like, the fans I don't think will like it. Then why are you here? Look, he's apathetic at best. And the reasons are simply, he knows that there's shit going down at Lucasfilm. He knows Kennedy's on the way out the door. He knows that. Again, go back to last January. We find out she lost Children of Blood and Bone the October before. We didn't hear about it till then. We find out that her movies are being pushed back in development. We find out that, Andor is getting cut down to 3 seasons, okay? We find out that Indiana Jones 5 is being pushed back. That was in October, though. We knew about Indy. The rest of it, we didn't. Indy 5's release date's pushed back a year. All right? Want you to understand, that tells me, and you'd have to be a blind, deaf idiot not to think that there's something going on there, okay, with her, all right? This is why Waititi doesn't have a start date, anything for his movie, is he knows they don't know what they're going to do yet. Just like with Rogue Squadron, you got Patty Jenkins pissing off Gal Gadot, and Patty Jenkins, getting ready to start directing yet another stupid Wonder Woman movie. Patty Jenkins getting removed from Cleopatra. Again, fat ass Patty Jenkins gets her name up in lights of Star Wars because she's a female director. Not because she's good or talented, but because she's a female director. Now, Rogue Squadron is being pushed back to the 2027. So they might as well say it's never being made. All right. And I'm going to say that Waititi doesn't have a movie either. Hey, Joe. And the reason why is because Kennedy's on her way out the door, and whoever's going to come in, may or may not have, probably has different priorities. Okay? Probably has different priorities. Let me explain something. The only sequel trilogy people who showed up at Star Wars Celebration was Kelly Marie Tran and Jonas Suotomo. That's it. That's it. All right. And Chewbacca's ubiquitous. I mean, he's in everything. Okay. But that's it. And the official panels, there's nothing about the sequel trilogy at all. All right. We had one official panel for the High Republic, and that's it. Yeah, Billie Lourd is a stand-in though for her mother. Okay, so I don't count that. She would be there regardless, so I wouldn't count that. But yeah, that's it. You didn't see Adam Driver; he doesn't want to be there. Daisy Ridley doesn't want to be there. I just went back to my Ollies. That rack of Rays is still sitting there, has not moved. And the visual dictionary for The Last Jedi is sitting there. The big, thick coffee table one that sold for $50. $10. You can get that fucking thing for $10. Okay. Written by Jason Fry, the Han Solo hater. All right. It's ridiculous. But that is where Kennedy's leadership and lack thereof has led Star Wars. To Ollie's, to the dollar store, to the Dollar Tree. No, he doesn't. And I don't blame him. I mean, these actors, I mean, first off, as ugly as Adam Driver is and as overrated an actor, he has a family. The idea that Kennedy put aside concerns for his safety and his family's safety for fucking Raylo is ridiculous. The man's wife was threatened. Their child was threatened. Because these people wanted Daisy and Adam to be together. I'm sure Daisy could, keep the bile down in her mouth just looking at him. I mean, all right. They wouldn't, he goes out to his car at Star Wars Celebration. They stalked him so much they knew what car he was driving. And we're waiting for him. I want you all to wrap your brains around that. All right? You think he wants to come back? No. No, he doesn't. Daisy Ridley was treated badly too, because I hope now that they're married, fiance, all of that stuff. It was just, they're not going to come back to this. Yeah, look at that, Aldi. Aldi isn't exactly, Target exclusive. Walmart, we just got these in and they're selling like hotcakes. Hell, there was a rack of brand new Obi-Wans from Kenobi at the Target over here. Gone. I went there when the show came out and there were like 20 of them. Then there were 10. Then there were 5. Then there were none. Okay? They don't have Rays there. All their Rays are probably at Ollie's. Okay? No High Republic books anymore, except for there. Oh yeah, there was one, and then there was the Lando Calrissian is a hero because he's black book, written by the anti-white racist dickhead who stole my idea. At Target. Yeah, that was a freaking powerful scene. Okay. But really interesting to me, seeing how this is playing out, and Waititi, they asked him about it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm even going to have a Star Wars movie. That's fine. He doesn't need one. I didn't think he was I don't think, He's good friends with Jon Favreau, that's fine, but I don't think Taika Waititi for a Star Wars film is that kind of director. Okay. Star Wars is a little bit more highbrow, in my opinion, than Marvel. I hate Marvel. You guys know I do. You know, I'm watching Miss Marvel for just to keep up with it and to talk about it with people. But it's Marvel, okay? You know, to me, you know, I don't know. I mean, Taika said that Andre liked Thor, the new one, and he didn't. He said there were problems with it. Go watch the review. I don't care. I don't care. I don't follow pagan gods anywhere. I don't care. I don't want to know. All right? I think it's silly. Okay? Star Wars is more. There's a reality to it because it's about human beings. Okay? You can sit there and talk about Jedi being special, yeah, because they were born with a gift. Hey, Dave. But they're still human. All right? These gifts aren't super heroic. They're not superhero powers. But this, you know, the way oh, I know, Don. The way when you look at Anakin Skywalker, there's nothing superheroish about him. He's not Superman. He's a young guy with these great talents that he was bestowed on him by the Force, God, okay? And he was born for a reason, but he's human, okay? That's the thing superhero movies miss. The only reason why I like DC better is because Superman's human. You know, Superman would become human for the woman he loved. Okay, Batman is a rich man's son who saw something heroic happen, and now wants to take vengeance on the world. Okay, but still, it isn't great. It isn't, you know, it isn't Shakespeare. It's elevating things that I don't think should be elevated. Like, you know, if you think about Avengers Endgame, it really is about the end of the world, okay? And if you start parsing it, I've heard people do it, it's kind of a sick movie, okay? Because it's really anti-Christian, all right? It really, really is. It's really anti-God, and I'm offended by it. I really am. Yell at me if you want. Hey, Doug. Anyway, but Waititi no, he's not going to make a Star Wars movie. His movie is right up there with Rian Johnson's trilogy, as in never happening. Okay? And now we just sit and wait. We wait for the other shoe to drop. Now that Chapek has his contract renewed, now that Chapek can actually start changing things, and he hasn't changed his mantra about wanting to moderate the politics in Disney. There's still going to be shit coming out that was started when Iger was there, and you guys are just going to have to swallow it and not come to me to complain. Hey, BC. Oh, we had a great 4th of July. It is the way it is. Okay, it is just, you know, there's gonna be a lot. It's like, look, the simplest way I can describe it is like the human body. You eat something that's bad for you. It's either gonna come out your mouth when you vomit or go out through your butthole. Okay, they still have a lot of crap to pass through their butthole. All right, it's sewage that they have to get rid of. It's poison. But as soon as it's gone, then it'll be gone forever. Okay. I think Disney's in a better place than they have been in a long time, to be honest. Now we just see what happens. All right. But as far as Waititi, I mean, when you've got Patty Jenkins' movie not happening, you've got all that other stuff going on. I just, you know, shrug and go, there's a lot of stuff that still has to happen. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that still has to get sorted out, but it will. And at Lucasfilm, it will. That's why I don't get triggered anymore. All right. In fact, I'm gonna get Baz to cut that part out where Kennedy's yelling to Harrison to say when Indy 5 is coming out, and he looks at her. Because I want people to see it. I want people to learn how to read a room. This is when I knew she was done. Star Wars Celebration. All right. That's when I knew she was done. Okay. And a lot of people they don't see it. Part of it, they don't know how to read a room. They don't know how to read body language. And a lot of it is plain not wanting it to be true. You know? Because oh, we're getting a thunderstorm. Good. We need the rain. Good. My garden, I planted. We started it late, so we got plants that'll come up before it gets cold. An eggplant, jalapenos, and a tomato plant, and I got more coming. So, no, there won't be, and I say thank God too. Hey, Cross Element, I mean, think about it. Why, when the franchise looks so bad to everybody, would they do that? You know? And I'm like, okay, fine. You liked Rey? Have fun with that because you're never going to see her again live action. You're never going to see any of this. You're not going to see her live action. You're not going to see her in animation. So it needs a huge rest. It needs new personnel. Let's see what Pablo's doing. Might as well go do that, huh? All right. Pablo, where are you? All right. Okay, we gotta wait for this because sometimes it takes a while. But I'll give you his latest bio. Anti-fascist, but he is a fascist. Anti-racist, he hates white people. Black Lives Matter, he might as well be a member of the SS. Lore advisor, because they need more than one. Author of shit. Development minion, not really. Reliable disappointment. I'm sure his mother was disappointed when he was born. Come on. So he was talking about Transformers again 3 hours ago. And he watches Better Call Saul. But yeah, he's busy talking bullshit in Transformers and not paying attention to his. Oh, he sleeps just fine. Look, the guy was raised. He's a red diaper baby. Okay, Pablo's parents fled Chile when Pinochet was the boss, and he was making people like that disappear. And they went to Canada. I think his mother was Canadian. And then he came here. So he's he's a red diaper baby. He was raised that way. He hates rich people, even though he's got more money than we do. He lives in the most expensive city in the world. And he lives well. Obviously, he's not starving. That's where his mother was from, Joe, I'm sure. But that's the story that I got, that they emigrated to Canada and then he came here and worked for an IT firm and helped. Basically, he built StarWars.com. You know, and Douglas, I don't know what you're talking about. So he's been either working for Lucasfilm or with it as a contractor for 20 years. Okay. 2012, Kathleen Kennedy gave him a job because he asked for one. And he's been there like a tick, buried in the butt cheeks of Lucasfilm for the last 10 years. All right. Since 2012. So my thing is, I look at him and go, yeah, he's watching Better Call Saul. Boy, if I knew Saul, I'd definitely call Saul about him. Oh, she was a distribution coordinator? Good for her. She needs to go too. She's she's as bad as he is. And she's thanks, Dave. She's from, I think, Framingham, Massachusetts, a place I know well. Very blue area. So, you know, well, the thing about it is, if he'd have kept his mouth shut, respected George, all right, maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't be as unpopular as he is with the fans. But because he didn't respect George, because he didn't honor the legacy, and because he did shit all over the fans, people hate his guts. Okay. You know, your mother didn't say you gather more flies with honey than vinegar just because she wanted to bug you. It's true. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the thing about it is it's not professional. Okay. It's not professional in any way, shape, or form, the way they're behaving. And to be honest, just look, I believe in optics. I believe in the presentation. And if you've got somebody, a name, Kathleen Kennedy, that repels people right off the bat, you're not going to sell as much as you want, as much as you should. Part of the reason why Obi-Wan Kenobi got shit on is because her name was on it. All right? Kenobi was a good show. I don't give a fuck if you didn't like it. You probably didn't watch it. There are people who insist it was bad, have never seen a minute of it. Okay? Pablo Hidalgo. You watch the end credits. Big thank you to Dave Filoni, who probably knows more about George's philosophy than anyone. And a little tiny credit for Pablo. Because I think he did, the Abrish, the basic graffiti. He was the one that, I guess, helped with that. That's it. I'm sure they couldn't find anybody else at Lucasfilm to do that. All right. He thinks he's indispensable. All right. My dog knows more about the lore than Star Wars and would do a better job and be more professional. Hi, Kojak. He's laying right here right now. I'm pulling on his ear. You're a good boy. Hey, mommy. Hey, good boy. We're having a little thunderstorm, thunder shower, and it looks like my tomatoes are are happy. I just planted that plant from a seedling, in the bed, and I think it's already grown twice the size. So anyway, but I wanted to do this because I wanted to explain that the reason why this stuff is coming out now is because Kennedy's on her way out. All right. You know. Well, Oklahoma's like that, Jonathan. All right. Oklahoma's, it's going to be dry and hot. We went through there in 2009. We stayed in Lawton, went to Fort Sill, went up to the, oh yes, he is a gooder boy. We went up to the Wichita Mountain Wildlife Refuge, ate at that great steakhouse that's there. Longhorn steaks, good stuff, Maynard. It was just a good, and we went there because we were driving across the United States from Tampa to San Diego. So we started out on a Monday, got to San Diego on Friday, so, but it was a great trip. First night we stayed in Pensacola. What a shithole. Okay. Sorry, Floridians. I love your governor. I like my neighbors, but I couldn't stand living there. It's too hot, too humid, too many bugs, and when I'm walking through my yard and a snake jumps out from between my legs, I don't like that either. Okay. It's just Florida's. Anyway, and the next night we stayed in Shreveport, Louisiana, and that was a nice place. We stayed at places that would let us keep our dog. And then the next day we went to Lawton, Oklahoma, and we hung out there for a couple days. Us and the dog. So he was able to rest a little bit. And then we left and we stayed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is a great town. And they had a place for Buford to play. So we get there and I played ball with him for about a half hour. And he was a happy guy. And then the next day we pulled out, got to San Diego County, put Buford at the kennel, and stayed in Del Mar, ate sushi, drank wine, and got ready to go to our new house. So, if you ever get a chance to do it, drive across the United States. I would go the northern route. We went when we left California to drop Rudy's car off in storage in DC. We drove through California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, and into Wisconsin to see my family. And then to Ohio. We stayed in Canton. And then we got to Rudy's mom's house. So, but I would go that way too, only because I love the West. I do. I even love Nebraska. And there's nothing there. It's all flat. Yeah, well, a lot of history is made there. A lot of Native American history. A lot of stuff went down. And I just love those people. So I know they are, and I wish it was cheaper too. But Joe doesn't want you to do that. Joe doesn't want you to travel. I still have to go to my niece's wedding in Colorado, so hopefully. Don, she didn't have anything to do with it. Kenobi wasn't diminished. I don't know who you listen to, but stop listening to them. Okay? I mean, I just go, what show did you see? because I watched it. And if you honestly think that Obi-Wan wouldn't be in pain trying to protect himself by cutting himself off from the Force, etc., you wouldn't be a good writer. Again, this is Marvel shit coming through. Obi-Wan, what is Obi-Wan? He is a human being. You know, and I don't think John Williams did a lot of it. Don. Okay, so I don't know where you heard that either, but you guys are fucking triggered by that bitch. Stop it. If that show was woke, you think I would be saying that, don't you? It wasn't. Okay, I don't know what you want. You people never say what you wanted. You act like he was a cuck. You've never met a guy who's gone through PTSD. You've never seen anybody who's lost and had major trauma happen to them. Okay? All right? I've had people who I do psychological help for people, and he was too broken. He was too broken. That's the stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard. Don, I want you to be quiet now. Okay? She did not diminish him. It was a TV show. And stop holding up the Mandalorian as being a font of greatness, because its production values are pretty bad too. It's a TV show too. So stop it. All right? Because I'm really going to get mad at you. She had nothing to do with Obi-Wan. There is no problem with him meeting Leia. They didn't break canon with that. God damn it, don't people watch the same movies I do? He told her at the end, no one can ever know we know each other. No one can ever realize that you know who I am or what I am. It would be a danger to both of us if they found out. Okay. Does she know she has a brother? No. All she knows is that this guy, who was a hero of the Republic once, came to rescue her and said, and kept her safe. Okay, that's it. That's all she knows. She's 10. All right? That's it. And there you go. All right? That doesn't break anything. You're right. And just Mike is right. All right? Just Mike is right. I don't watch V. I don't watch Battlestar Galactica. I thought Battlestar Galactica was desperately trying to be Star Wars, and it was stupid. Okay, I just, no. No. And I didn't like V. I thought that was dumb too. All right. This is a Star Wars channel. This is what we talk about. Okay. But no, the reaction, and again, all this negative stuff about Kenobi comes from the fact that Kennedy's name was on it. So all these imagined things that went on, the Mandela effect is in full swing here with this. She didn't diminish Obi-Wan. All right? He was a broken man after what happened to Anakin. All right? He failed Qui-Gon Jinn. He failed Anakin. He thought he killed Anakin. Okay? His best friend, his brother. All right? Padme dies in front of him. The Jedi Order, his family is gone. Okay? All right, I'm so sick of hearing about Reva, I swear to God. I'm going to poke my ears out. All right? I don't care about Reva. I don't give a fuck, okay? I really don't. She's not getting a new show. She's got an action figure, Whoopi Twang. Okay? So does Daisy Ridley. I'm pretty sure we'll probably see Reva 6-inch action figures at Ollie's in a few years. So so you got Obi-Wan again to stop interrupting me. Broken man, cut himself off from the Force to protect himself and to protect Luke. Okay, good place to start a story. Can't figure out why he can't talk to Qui-Gon Jinn. He hasn't opened up the channels. They're gone. All right. That's the beginning. There's absolutely nothing that breaks canon or cucks Obi-Wan in that. All right. Again, the Mandela effect is going on because Kennedy's name is on there. All right. That's it. That's why. Why she still triggers people, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't understand any of it. I mean, the girl, I thought it was the fight on that planet between Vader and Obi-Wan was as epic a lightsaber duel as I've ever seen. And that was some of the best Star Wars made in recent memory. And Hayden as Vader was freaking awesome. And he basically absolves Obi-Wan of any responsibility for what happened to Anakin. Yeah, and that's not cuck. That's not woke. All right? Yeah. And Just Mike is right. And then Obi-Wan goes God mode. It's like, well, it was the only thing I can say that I didn't like, it was filmed darkly. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, Peter, they are. I think a lot of it has to do with prequel hate too. I think seeing Hayden triggered a lot of these people, and it's too bad. But look, I gotta go, but I want to say I'll talk to you guys later. Also, I'm gonna be doing a live stream with Raymond Feliciano at 6 Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the community page of this channel. So you guys who want to stop by, I'll be there with Raymond shooting the shit, answering questions and everything. So you guys be good. Have a good afternoon. And I'll see you guys around the galaxy. And don't, Taika Waititi, this goes more to my opinion that Kennedy's out the door. And I think we're probably going to get an announcement sooner rather than later. See you guys around the galaxy. And remember, tip the Wookiee bartenders on the way out. 20%